Assalamu alaikum. This is Muhammad Saif from MS Lectures, and today I would be explaining you very important three topics, which are the biological functions of protein, then denaturation of proteins, and then alternate conformations of the protein. First of all, talking about the biological functions of the protein. So, protein is able to perform its biological functions when it is adopted into its native conformation, and that native conformation is formed by the combination of the primary, secondary, tertiary, and quaternary structure. So after the formation of a native conformation, protein is able to perform its biological function in our body, and there are different biological functions which a protein performs in our body. First of all, talking about the first function, which is the catalysis. So this function a protein performs, in which what happens that it actually accelerates the chemical reactions and the metabolic reactions which occur in our body. So catalysis is actually meant to be this. So how the protein performs this function of the catalysis? In our body, different food molecules are broken down into the small diffusible molecules so that they can be absorbed into the bloodstream. So first of all, talking about carbohydrates, which is the macromolecule, and we know that these carbohydrates are broken down into the smaller diffusible glucose molecules by the help of very important enzyme, which is the amylase. So this amylase is made up of protein, which actually perform the function of the catalysis of carbohydrates into the glucose. Then talking about the protein molecule, which is also macromolecule, and this is degraded into the amino acids, which are the building block of acids, by the help of the proteases enzyme. And this proteases enzymes is also made up of proteins. Furthermore, moving on, lipids, another macromolecule, it is broken down into the fatty acids, which is absorbed into the lymphatic vessels by the help of emulsification process. So this actually breakdown occurs by the help of enzyme called the lipase, which is also made up of protein. So this is the whole catalysis process which a protein perform. Moving on to the second function, which is the defense. We know that our body possesses the defense mechanism against the different pathogens, which include the bacteria and fungi and viruses. So there must be a defense mechanism in order to tolerate those pathogens. So there are different molecules which are responsible for maintaining the defense mechanism of our body, which includes the white blood cells, neutrophils, basophils, macrophages. So these all molecules which actually perform the function of immunity and protect our body from different pathogens, these are all made up of proteins. So WBCs, macrophages, neutrophils, basophils, eosinophils, these all are made up of protein molecules to perform the defense function in our body. Now moving on to the number third function, which is the transport, that how protein helps in the transport process. Number third, it is the transport function of protein. Now we know that integral proteins are embedded in our cell membranes, and these integral proteins are actually used to transport the different type of ions, macromolecules, and small proteins in and out of the cell membrane. So these integral protein perform the function of transporting ions, macromolecules, in and out of the cell membrane of the cell membrane. This is the top 4. Talking about now number 4, it is the regulation. Regulation. So there are different regulatory mechanisms which a protein is, you can say, performing in our body, which includes, you can say, protein actually forms the structural framework of our body. The whole our body is actually composed of protein. That's why proteins are known as the building blocks of our body. So in order to maintain our you can say structural framework of our body, protein is very much essential. Whenever we suffer any damage in our body, so healing and repair of that particular organ requires protein molecules, so that that particular organ which is damaged, so that it can be healed. Furthermore, it also stabilizes different metabolic reactions as well. So first of all, regulation includes the regulating the structural framework of our body. So it regulates the structural framework of our body by healing and repairing the different parts of our body. Then after this, regulates the metabolic reactions, different metabolic reactions in our body. And furthermore, it also regulates, proteins also regulates the fluid content in our cells in order to maintain the osmotic pressure, normal osmotic colloid pressure. And also it regulates the fluid balance in our cells, and also it regulates pH as well. Regulates pH. So because elevation of pH can cause different severe complications in our body. So now discussing the fifth biological function of the protein, that is the signal transduction. The fifth function is signal transduction. We know that signal transductions occur in our body whenever the extracellular ligand attaches with the receptor, which is receptor molecule which is present on the cell membrane, and that receptor molecule is said to be made up of protein. So whenever extracellular ligand attaches to that receptor, it actually induces a signal which actually initiates the enzymatic activity in our body to perform different to actually initiate different chemical reactions and metabolic reactions in that particular cell. So that receptor is said to be made up of protein. So receptor molecules present on cell membrane is made up of protein. I will also now make the diagram in order to illustrate further. This is the cell membrane, and let's say this is the receptor molecule. So a ligand will come and it will attach to that receptor. This is the ligand and this is the receptor. So after this, after the attachment, it actually induces a series of enzymatic reactions or enzymatic activity. to actually produce different chemical reactions in our body to produce the energy for our cell needs. So this is how signal transduction occurs. So our first topic, biological functions of protein, is concluded, and now we will move